Here's a video to walk you through the Access Roles section of Ops Insights. The Access Roles section is a feature that's available to the client admin for each account. And the client admin is responsible for managing users and managing reports that are assigned to users. So access roles are actually the vehicle that assigns reports to users. So in Ops Insights, we don't actually go in and directly assign a report to a user. We first assign a report or many reports to an access role, and then those grouping of reports in that access role can be assigned to one or many users. So this is just a way to quickly and easily manage users in the future. If you want to add reports to or from a user, or if a user changes roles within the company or organization, you can quickly and easily transition them over to the correct reports they need by just adding, removing, or updating access roles that are assigned to that particular user. Now, I'm currently logged in as in one of our demo accounts as a client admin, and I'm already in the access role section, but I will show you where it is. It's located in the menu. So once you log into Ops Insights, just locate access roles on this left-hand bar here and click on it. And when the page loads, you'll find a listing of all of the enabled access roles in the account down here. And then you'll find basically an action section that will allow you to filter the roles, whether that's for text, to show, include, or show roles that have been disabled at some point in time, or we have the action of creating a new access role. And then down here, we've got the actual listing of roles that are available in your account at any point in time. And again, this is just a demo account here, so we've got a couple of pages of roles, so we're just kind of click through them. And as you can see in the enabled column here, the display defaults to only showing roles that are currently enabled. So at some point in time, if a role has been disabled or if it was no longer needed and you went in and disabled a role, it won't be deleted. It'll just be considered inactive or disabled, and it will disappear from your main view or your primary view of access roles. But if you need to go in and reinstitute it, or if you want to go in and see what previously existed or what reports were assigned to a disabled access role, you can do that quickly and easily by clicking on or toggling this switch from no to yes. So we've updated the switch value to show disable access roles. And you can see in our enabled column, we now have some unchecked boxes here. So an unchecked box will denote an access role that is currently disabled. If it is enabled, it will have a check mark here. And from there, like I said, you can go in and view it and view some information, any assigned reports, so on and so forth. So that is kind of how this works. I'll show you here quickly. Here's a disabled executive role. So if we click on the role name, window's going to pop up, and we've got three tabs here, right? We've got the role overview, so it just basically tells some basic information, the name, a description, a brief description of the role, and the type of role. We'll cover role types in just a moment. We can see any users that are or were assigned to this particular role. Since it is disabled, the role is removed, or the role no longer appears as active for the user as well. And then the report assignment. So we can see any reports that are currently assigned to this disabled role. So you can see here's the visualization that would appear on that user's dashboard. And then here's the associated or linked drill down report, along with the name of the connector or database that particular report is assigned to. And again, you can search for a specific, we can search for revenue, or we can search for orders, and you can see, that search will display any reports that contain that specific name. We can also clear out our search here by clicking on the X button. So this is just a good way to view the information. Again, I got into this by clicking on the role name, and then we've got a few different tabs. We can see which users are assigned to this particular role, and along with the reports. So from there, that's some basic overview, the basic overview of information. If you want to update this particular role, you can click on update and then just go through those steps. We won't cover that in this particular video because we have that covered in separate videos. If you do need more information about that, please see our access roles section of our user documentation site. Or if you have questions above and beyond that, or just general questions regarding access roles, please feel free to reach out to our support team, support@opsinsights.com. But we'll continue on here. I do want to show you some of the other action items or options that are available to you beyond show disabled roles. We can search for a role much like we search for a report. And if, let's say, for instance, we want to search for any accounting roles, I just search for the phrase account, and this is what popped up. So you can see we have one accounting manager role currently. We can search for Rev. So it looks like we have 3 different revenue role variations here. One for the entire company, one for a JV partner, and then one for a sales rep partner that we've created to just demonstrate those groupings of reports, or what a sales rep would potentially see in the demo account here. So we're going to clear out that search, and then we'll just go over to new access role. And very much in the same way that we're not going to cover updating, we're not going to cover creating access roles in this video. We have other videos that do that and other tutorials that do that. Again, if you do need additional information, visit our access roles section of the user documentation site, or reach out to our support team, support@opsinsights.com. So as you can see here, we do have 3 options to create roles, right? We have new role, we have clone existing role, and templated role. So briefly, we'll cover this. New role is just a blank role from scratch. Clone a role will allow you to copy a current role in your account. So if you want to create a role for a new sales manager or a new sales rep, or if you're opening up a new branch, you can basically copy the report assignment and the criteria selections that are currently in place for an existing role. And this really helps you fast track role creation. You can honestly create a new role using the clone feature within a matter of less than a minute. So this is a very nice thing to have once you've kind of set up your account the way you want it, and you add a new employee, or if you open a new office, anything like that, open up a new joint venture agreement, anything along those lines, you can quickly and easily clone an existing role and have that user set up in a matter of moments. Now that's cloning, and templated is kind of similar to cloning, but a little bit different. So what a templated role is the OpsInsights staff, we kind of sat down and took a look at all of the base reports in our report library, and then we packaged them or assembled them or grouped them into specific title industry job functions. So we basically went through our report library and handpicked an allotment of reports that would be useful for different job functions. So we have abstractor, vendor, client, closing manager, on down the list. We've got a bunch of SLA turn time reports, and manager, team lead, or managerial type of reports as well. So anything that you can kind of think of when it comes to the title industry, title production, we've tried to think through that and prepackage some reports that will also allow you to get users up and running in a very short fashion. Using one of our templated roles, if you select to create a templated role, then it will use the reports that we've handpicked. And then from there, you just need to lock in any criteria values that you see fit for the role that you're creating. So that's another way to quickly and easily, or fast track setting up an account initially. So if you're setting up an account initially, we'd recommend using our templated roles. If you're kind of established and you want to mimic what you already have, clone a role. Or if you're looking for something different, you can do new role, and you can go in and handpick the reports that you want from your report library. This includes base and custom reports we've created for you. And then just lock in or make any criteria selections, and you can go in and create that custom report. for you and your company. And finally, we'll just kind of go over the different display options for roles or features for roles. And we kind of covered that when I was showing you information for a disabled role, but we'll kind of cover some of the other things. We'll go over role type. So role type, what that is there's two types of roles in Ops Insights. There's an internal role and an external role. And we have those two types of roles because we have two different types of users in Ops Insights. We have an internal user, and then we also have an external user. So an internal user is someone that works for your company or works with your company under one of your umbrella or under the umbrella of one of your entities. And then an external user is someone that works for or with your company. Not for, but an external user is someone that works with your company in some fashion, whether that's a vendor, a client, an investor, someone like that doesn't actually work in the day-to-day operations and doesn't work or have a branded email address for your company. That would be considered an external user. So since we have those two user types, we also had to create role types, or we decided to create role types. So internal roles are only available to be assigned to internal users. And then external roles are only designed to be assigned to external users. And we did that just in case you accidentally selected an internal role when configuring an external user, or vice versa. So that's just another safeguard. When you're setting up a user, you don't inadvertently assign something that should be only shared internally with an external party, or vice versa there. So that's role type. And then again, user assignment. This will show you the name or names of users that are currently assigned to the role. So you can see if this role only has one person, it will display that person's name. Or micro revenue, for instance, says multiple. So if we click on multiple, we can see the name of every single user that's currently assigned to this particular role. So it looks like there's a handful there. And there's some enabled and disabled users that are currently assigned to this particular user. And we can also hover over to see the different reports that each of these users are assigned to here as well. So that kind of will give you an idea of what reports users have access to. And under that same breath, we can go in and look at the different reports that are assigned to this particular role. And this is the micro revenue role. So clicking on report assignment, there's going to be an icon here that basically indicates that reports are actually currently assigned to this particular role. And clicking on it will open up the window to show you a listing of each of those reports. And you can kind of click through the different pages here. I do want to show you, don't want to do new access role. We actually want to click on show disabled roles, because I noticed there was a disabled external role for ABC client that did not have any reports assigned to it. So if a role is missing a report, or if a role is missing a user, the phrase assign user or assign reports will be listed in the user or report assignment columns. And all you have to do is click on that, and then you can go in and confirm that you want to assign reports to this role, or click on this one and confirm that you want to assign users to this role. And that's an easy way to inform you that you have a role there, but it's either missing a user or it's missing a report. So that's another feature that we've included that will allow you to quickly and easily identify, hey, I've got something going on here that's not quite right. So that's a very brief overview of the access roles section and how it works. As always, if you have questions about how access roles work, please visit our access roles section of the user documentation site. Or if you have any other questions above and beyond that, or just general questions at all, reach out to our support team, support@opsinsights.com. Thanks. We look forward to hearing from you.